Hello everyone, and welcome to another Baxter Student Ambassador Program webinar. Presenting for us this morning is Rhonda Cowderoy, one of our BSAP finalists from Fanshawe College. Hi Rhonda, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Dan, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. So just before we get started, I'd like to let everyone know that if you're viewing the webinar on your computer, if you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the Q&A box or the chat box, which are found in your Zoom toolbar, and those questions will be answered after the presentation has finished. Oh, okay, Rhonda, if you'd like to go ahead and share your screen, you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you to Baxter Media for providing this opportunity, and thanks to all of the sponsors, as well as my Fanshawe College professors. I'd like for you to imagine that you're sitting at your desk when your prospective client comes in. They want to embark on a tour of South America. They may be a single person, a young professional couple, a family with older children, or even two young at heart seniors. Whatever the case, you know that you want to offer them the very best there is out there, as this may be a once-in-a-lifetime trip. You want all of the details looked after by professionals who know the hidden gems in each of the cities, the best places to eat, and secure and comfortable lodgings for your clients at the end of a busy day. But where do you begin? Today I'm going to show you why Colette should be one of the first names that come to mind for guided tours in and around South America. Colette is a well-known family-owned travel tour company that has offices in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia. In 2018, they also celebrated 100 years in the business. What an amazing milestone for any business in this day and age. From very simple beginnings, the company was started by a man named Jack Colette, and the first tour was a small jitney bus from Boston to Florida. Colette has since become a leader in their field, with many people working worldwide to meet and exceed all of their clients' travel needs. Colette is a member of TICO, the Travel Industry Council of Ontario, as well as the National Tour Association, the Alliance of Canadian Travel Associations, the United States Tour Operators Association, and the Association of British Travel Agents. Over the years, Colette has been recognized in many ways, and some of the most recent awards are the 2015 Silver and 2017 Gold in the Travel Weekly Magellan Awards, and in 2018, winners of the Best Places to Work, according to the Providence Business News. They've also received this award for the past 9 years running. Something to keep in mind when thinking about your client's needs is that Colette offers 7 different styles of travel. They are Classic, which includes all of the must-see sites on a vacation; Explorations, which offers a true immersive experience in a small group setting; Faith-based tours, which offer a different glimpse of the world's religious settings; River Cruise, seeing the sights of different cities from the rivers of the world; Spotlight, which gets you to the heart of one city specifically, for example, Paris, France; Impact, where you can connect with the locals and work together towards a common goal; and Solo, where you can enjoy a journey on your own within the safety of a group. Currently, there are 6 tours being operated in South America, 3 of which fall under the Classic style, and 3 of which fall under the Exploration style. Before I get into the exciting itineraries that are available, I'd like you to think about the beginning of your client's journey. How will they get to the airport? Which flights offer the best connections? How do you get them exactly what they need? Again, this is where Colette makes it really easy for you. They offer a round-trip home-to-airport sedan service, free with all air-inclusive tour bookings for clients who live within a 100-kilometer radius of the airport. They can arrange for flights and internal flights, which are not included in their pricing, and they know the exact timing that the clients require to make the best use of their travel time. The main air gateways are Bogota, Colombia, which nonstop from Toronto Pearson International Airport is about 5 hours, 55 minutes. Lima, Peru, which is about 7 hours, 55 minutes. Santiago, Chile, which is about 10 hours, 20 minutes. Sao Paulo, Brazil, which is about 10 hours, 35 minutes. And Rio de Janeiro, which is about 10 hours, 48 minutes. A valid passport is required, and Colette suggests that it should have at least 7 months validity and at least 3 blank pages. Passport information must be submitted to Colette no later than 60 days prior to the departure. A valid e-visa is required for visitors going into Brazil, and Paraguay also requires a tourist visa on arrival. The first itinerary is for Experience Colombia. This falls under the exploration style of travel. It is 10 days, 9 nights, and includes 14 meals. The activity level is listed as a 4, which says you need to be able to participate in physical activities such as longer walking tours, walking over uneven terrain, climbing stairs, and periods of standing. Some of the touring days may be longer, with select activities occurring later in the evening. Beginning in Bogota, you will find your way around the city with a walking tour, checking out museum offerings and local market displays along the way. Moving on to Pereira, the coffee region in Colombia, you'll be excited to find out everything there is to know about the process of coffee making, and maybe even enjoy a sample or two. You will also marvel at the sights of the Cowderoy Valley in 4x4 Jeeps. There's then time for you to wander around Salento, taking in all of the different architecture, as well as mingling with the local vendors. By day 5, you're in the Medellin area, where you will have the opportunity to share a meal with the locals, as well as take in the visually impressive graffiti art in Comuna 13. You will also have the chance to meet with a sillatero and hear about their life as a flower farmer. Day 8 brings you into your final city of Cartagena, where you will absorb the atmosphere and savor a full day to look around Cartagena at your own convenience. All too soon the tour is over and you will head home with wonderful memories. Deposits for land-only tours are $250 non-refundable, and for air-inclusive is $500 non-refundable. Final payment for this tour is due no later than 60 days prior to departure. The second exciting itinerary, and my personal favorite, is Machu Picchu and the Galapagos Islands. This falls under the exploration style of travel. It is 15 days, 14 nights, and includes 30 meals. The activity level is also listed as a 4. Now, before I go into the actual itinerary, I'd like to point out the tour extension part of the map down in the bottom left-hand corner. Colette offers a number of tour extensions that coincide with each travel date. So if your clients are interested in a more in-depth look at a particular area, or they want to extend their vacation to include something that is not in the original tour, this is a great way to do it. Pre- and post-night offerings are also available in a number of cities where the tours begin and end. Day 1 to 4 will see you in Lima, as well as the Sacred Valley. You will have the opportunity to unleash your inner dancer as you take part in a private salsa class. You will also visit the ruins of Ollantaytambo. Days 5 to 7 take you to Agua Caliente and Cusco, as well as the famous lost city of the Incas, the ruins of Machu Picchu, for not 1, but 2 days. There is also an immersive dining experience within the community. Days 8 to 9, you will have the chance to visit with some of the children within the Children International Community Center, which is supported by the Colette Foundation. More information on that in a moment. You will get to stand at the middle of the world at the Equatorial Line Monument and the museum in Quito, as well as touring the Presidential Palace. Days 10 to 13 offer the experience of a lifetime. You will embark on the 300-foot-long MV Galapagos legend for 4 nights in and around Galapagos Islands. See the endangered tortoises, as well as have the chance to swim with white-tipped sharks and manta rays. You will also get to look inside the dormant lava tubes within the islands. The whole time you have access to a naturalist guide in order to enhance your tours. Days 14 and 15 see you arrive back in Quito for an evening tour and a meal at an historical restaurant. Although this tour comes to an end, the memories will last a lifetime. One difference to note between this tour and Experience Colombia is that the final payment for this tour is due 120 days before departure. Also, it is prudent as a travel agent to mention the possibility of altitude sickness to your clients due to the high elevations they may be traveling to. If they have any concerns about this, encourage them to speak with their family doctors prior to making a reservation. The next itinerary is the complete South America. This falls under the classic style of travel. It is 23 days, 22 nights, and includes 35 meals. The activity level is listed at a 4. However, it's good to note this itinerary cannot accommodate walkers or wheelchairs. Some of the hotels used are 1 or 2 levels which do not have elevators and would require your clients to make use of the stairs. There are also optional tour extensions listed here on the map, down in the bottom corner here, that could be taken after the complete South America itinerary was completed. There is the possibility that your clients may need a certificate of yellow fever vaccination when applying for the Brazilian visa, especially if the clients travel to Peru before going into Brazil. This should be confirmed at the time of booking. The tour starts off very similar to the previous one. Days 1 to 7 going into Lima, Peru, to Cuzco, and then on to the Sacred Valley of the Incas. You will witness all of the spectacular sights that Machu Picchu has to offer, and then return into Cuzco. Days 8 to 10 see you off to Santiago, Chile for a couple of days, taking in the sights of the fresh fish market, as well as some time to spend at your leisure. Days 10 to 13 have you visiting the region of Patagonia, along with Puerto Natales, and venturing into the Torre del Paine National Park. This is an amazing area for photographers. Days 14 to 15, you will be in awe of the large glacier, Perito Moreno, found in Las Glacias National Park. You will then head off to the vibrant city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. Days 16 and 17 in Buenos Aires, we'll be doing either a panoramic bus tour or embarking on a walking tour to see all the city has to offer. Days 18 to 20, you visit the breathtaking Iguazu Falls from the Argentine and the Brazilian sides. Days 21 to 23 have you returning to Rio de Janeiro, where you will then get a chance to go to Corcovado by train and see the iconic statue of Christ the Redeemer. You will also enjoy a panoramic city tour. You will have free time to explore the city before this fantastic tour comes to an end with all the memories that go along with it. As an agent, it may be helpful to suggest that your clients learn a few basic phrases in Spanish and Portuguese to assist them in their interactions with the local people. There are other tours that are being offered within South America. They are Highlights of South America, which is 10 days, includes 13 meals. The highlights of this tour include Buenos Aires, a tango show, Estancia Barbecue, Iguazu Falls, Rio de Janeiro, Sugarloaf Mountain, Christ the Redeemer, and a churrascaria dinner. Next, we have Peru, Ancient Land of Mysteries, which is 10 days and includes 16 meals. The highlights of this tour include Lima, the Sacred Valley of the Incas, local Andean cultures, Ollantaytambo ruins, home-hosted lunches, Machu Picchu, Cuzco, Lake Titicaca, Euro's floating islands, and the Larco Museum. Finally, we have Cultures of Peru and Bolivia, which is 14 days and includes 26 meals. Highlights of this tour include Machu Picchu, Lima and La Paz city tours, the Uyuni salt flats, a farm-to-table meal on a hacienda, and a Peruvian Paso horse show. Colette offers a loyalty program called the Colette Passport Club. Your clients will automatically be enrolled after their first trip. Club members will receive a $150 travel credit for each trip they take, as well as various other benefits. Travel must be completed within 12 months of the original trip in order to qualify for the full $150 credit. $100 will still remain valid for travel within 13 to 24 months, and the credit then expires 24 months after the original trip. Colette has one of the best travel protections throughout the entire industry, which allow you to cancel for any reason right up to the day of departure. It must be purchased at the time of booking, and the premiums are different depending on whether it is a land-only booking or an air-inclusive booking. The premium will also increase if the pre- and post-night accommodations or tour extensions are being added. This guarantees a full refund of all payments, including the deposit, except the premium itself. Please note, only airline tickets that are purchased through Colette are covered under this policy. Colette also offers 24 hours, 7 days a week support to clients if a problem should arise. As an agent, it is very important to point out all of the benefits to purchasing the travel protection plan and strongly recommend to the clients that they think seriously about purchasing it. This will come in very handy if there is any political or civil unrest that occurs which may impact their travel plans, or even something as mundane as weather causes a delay in their arrival. There are 3 different ways to book. by email, reservations@gocollette.com, online at www.gocollette.com, or by contacting Colette directly at 1-800-468-4955. Now is a good time to mention Colette's corporate social responsibility. The Colette way of life includes looking after their employees and encouraging not only health and wellness, but also giving back to the communities. Each employee is given 4 hours a month paid to volunteer their time, which could be at a local soup kitchen or helping to build a new school in another country. They're looking at how they can make travel more immersive, but at the same time preserving the communities they are visiting. On a regular basis, there is work being done by the company to try to reduce their carbon footprint, knowing that it will affect the future of travel. Finally, there is the Colette Foundation, a nonprofit organization. This was started in 2007 as a response from the president and CEO of Colette, Dan Sullivan Jr., noticing the children during a visit to Peru in 2006. They were badly in need of nutritious food and basic supplies for education. The two main goals of the foundation are to provide basic nutrition and to help children gain access to safe education. The organization also follows the Give 100% policy in that there is no overhead. It is Colette employees who volunteer their time, and 100% of the donations go to where it is needed the most, to the children. So you now have an idea about the history of Colette, you know the 7 styles of travel they have to offer, and you know a little bit more about the different itineraries that are available in South America. You are aware of the travel protection plan they have, and you know about the loyalty program called the Colette Passport Club. You are also more informed about Colette's corporate social responsibility. Now think back to the beginning of the presentation when the new clients walked into your office and said, "We would like to go to South America." You can now, without hesitation, say, "Let me show you the tours that Colette has to offer," and feel confident in the knowledge that you are offering them the very best company to see that part of the world. I would like to say thanks again for joining me on the journey through South America with Colette.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. So we'll allow a few minutes for people to submit any questions they may have. And once again, you can submit any questions to either the Q&A box or the chat box, which can both be found in your Zoom toolbar. Brett says, "Very good presentation, Rhonda. Thanks for mentioning pre-post stays, which are highly encouraged. New for 2019, arrival and departure transfers and destination are included with any pre-post nights purchased through Colette on an inclusive vacation. Great job."
That's good. Thank you very much for the info.
And Julie says, "Well done. So proud of you."
Thanks, Julie.
Hi, this is Emily from Baxter. Thanks for your great presentation.
Thank you.
I was just wondering who you think their target market is for these for the South American tours, like their demographics, their target market.
So I would say certainly not families with young children. I would say it's more for the adventurous traveler, somebody who's really interested in going a little deeper into looking around in the actual interior of these places, not just sort of, you know, going to the basic places. So I would say you're looking at your younger single travelers, you know, young couples, middle-aged couples, and again, the young at heart seniors, I think are the ones who I would see being a little bit more interested, because these are pretty lively tours.
That's great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hi, Rhonda. It's Ian Stalker. The tours all look great, but do you think there would be trouble convincing people to book the 23-day tour? Would a travel agent have some trouble perhaps convincing them that tour that length is suitable?
I think the one good thing about that is because it's so far away for us, it's a 10-hour flight. some people are not going to be willing to do that 2 or 3 times to do it sort of, bits and pieces. So I think the fact that they're offering a 23-day tour and it's quite comprehensive, it covers a number of different countries in the area, I don't think there's going to be a problem at all selling that.
Okay, great, thanks.
And Ron says, excellent job.
Thank you.
Brett asks, Rhonda, do you know how travel agents can go about booking a tour?
Yes, so the first thing that they would do would be contact Colette. They would have to have the information for their passengers, including their birth dates as well as their passport information. And then they would go from there with booking it.
Great, thank you. And Rhonda, what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when presenting or when preparing for this webinar?
Trying to decide which itineraries I was going to choose, because for me, South America is an exciting place and there's so many different places to see down there. So it was really difficult to narrow it down to just, a few main ones.
Excellent, thank you. So I do believe that's it for the questions, but I would like to thank everyone that tuned in the webinar today. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day. And Rhonda, thank you so much for your great presentation.
Thank you.
And on behalf of Baxter Media, I would like to thank you for participating in BSAP 2019, and we shall be in touch.
I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rhonda. Take care, everyone.